Well, I don't think anyone saw that one coming. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0 in the Champions League quarter-final first leg at the Emirates as Declan Rice scores two amazing free kicks on the night to give Arsenal a 3-goal lead going into the Santiago Bernabeu. I mean, unbelievable result. I watched the game and I'm here to talk about it in this video, as well as a brief chat on Inter's win against Bayern Munich at the Allianz on the same night. But let's just start with this game. Arsenal were absolutely unbelievable. I have to say that was arguably their best performance of the entire season. And from minute one, they literally dominated Real Madrid. I'm going to talk about Real Madrid a little bit later on in this video, but credit where credit is due. Arsenal were sublime in this game, started the game on the front foot, and immediately they were creating chances, testing Courtois, and it was just a matter of time. Obviously, it was 0-0 at half-time, but you never got the impression from watching that game, I didn't get the impression that Real Madrid were going to improve, you know. And like I said, in the second half, Arsenal continued to put the pressure on, and Declan Rice with a fantastic free kick to put them ahead. The first one actually swerves around the wall, and it goes in beautifully past Courtois, who's obviously one of the best goalkeepers in the world, top 3 for me. That was a fantastic finish by Rice. And the second goal, just as good, if not better. Another stunning free kick. As you can see, I'm out in the sun, enjoying myself and what have you, but that was amazing from Declan Rice. I thought he was man of the match. The only little bit of criticism I would have from Arsenal's point of view, I think Martin Odegaard, I don't think had a good game in particular. I just thought he was trying too much, or he wasn't really posing much danger or linking up players as well as he normally does. So I wouldn't say it's the best season for him in that regard, but I think everyone else in an Arsenal shirt performed outstandingly well. Honestly, they were absolutely brilliant, and for me the tie is definitely over. I mean, you never know, it's Real Madrid. They would say in the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu they can turn it around, but for me, I just don't think Arsenal will lose by 3 clear goals. And yeah man, all in all, Arsenal were absolutely outstanding in this game, and they had to turn up because obviously the Premier League title race is no more. I mean, they were never really in it with Liverpool, so the Champions League offers Arsenal the only route to winning a trophy. So that was a fantastic performance, a statement win. You know, I mean, no matter how bad Real Madrid have been playing in recent weeks, it is still Real Madrid. To win that, I mean, shows huge amount of character, and you know, the quality of Arsenal came through in the end in this game. You know, more shots, more possession. And I was a little bit worried for Arsenal because of Gabriel's injury. I didn't really think that they would keep Real Madrid quiet, but it was a poor night for the likes of Mbappe, Vini, Bellingham. Let's just talk more about Real Madrid. I think it's safe to say that this is surely the last season for Carlo Ancelotti. Obviously a legendary manager for Real Madrid, one of the greatest managers of all time. I've got huge respect for Ancelotti, but I think it's time to pass on the baton. And yeah, this has to be his last season. I just don't see Real Madrid winning La Liga from this position. They lost 2-1 to Valencia at the weekend as well. Conceded 4 goals against Real Sociedad in the Copa del Rey. They got away with that one. They qualified in the end to reach the final of the Copa del Rey. But in recent weeks, Real Madrid haven't performed that well. Maybe even the entire season. They've had spells where they've been fantastic, but even in the early campaign, like early games in the Champions League, when they lost to Liverpool, when they lost to Lille, AC Milan, they were not convincing at all. And I just had a feeling they weren't really going to do much this season from that point. I mean, the Champions League is obviously their competition, but there's only so many times that you can perform poorly and get away with it. And I thought Arsenal gave them exactly what they deserved, which is a convincing win, you know, a 3-0 scoreline, which doesn't flatter them at all. It was fully deserved, to be honest. But like I said, I think Carlo Ancelotti for me has been great for Real Madrid, but at this stage I think the club just needs to look to move forward. You know, I think Florentino Perez, I don't think he's going to sack him straight away or anything like that, but he's got to start moving forward. You know, maybe Xabi Alonso's time will come to replace Ancelotti this year, so you never know. We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure, Real Madrid need a miracle in the second leg of the Santiago Bernabeu, and I would not give them any chance of turning it around, to be honest with you. So for me, the tie is as good as over, because listen, we know Arsenal don't have the experience in the Champions League, but Arsenal are a top team. Don't get it twisted, you know. Just because my team, Liverpool, are cruising the Premier League title doesn't make Arsenal a bad team. You know, it's just that we've been better than them in the league campaign. So they've actually had a good campaign in the Champions League, Arsenal, finishing third in the league phase. Their only defeat came to Inter Milan as well, a 1-0 defeat from the penalty spot as well. And they didn't play that badly as well. So I think Arsenal's Champions League campaign has been very good. And they've given themselves a huge chance of winning this competition right now. No doubt about that. And if they go through, which I think they will from here, obviously a 3-goal advantage, then they will face PSG or Aston Villa. That game takes place tonight. So I'll see if I can do a review for that. But I felt like I had to do a review for this game. Declan Rice, absolutely outstanding. Let me talk about him for a moment. I thought he was fantastic. And in general, I always thought Declan Rice was world class, but there were some who weren't quite sure. But I think if there was ever any doubt, then he has definitely proven in this game why he is world class. So fantastic. I mean, he's a complete midfielder. He can play well as a 6, he can play well as an 8. And I have to say that was fantastic from Declan Rice, the performance. The entire team was good. Like I said, I thought Odegaard, with the exception of Odegaard, who could have done and should have done a lot better. But Arsenal now can literally rest some of their key players for the second leg. They play Brentford on Saturday at the Emirates in the Premier League. And you'd like to think Arteta will rest the likes of Saka, who got a knock. I thought Saka was brilliant in the game as well. He gave Alaba a tough time. Obviously, we've seen Saka play a lot better than that, but he's just getting himself back into fitness. But he was the one that won the free kicks, which in the end, Rice placed beautifully into the top bins. So honestly, magnificent win for Arsenal. Obviously, they'll still think that the tie is not over, but I believe the tie is done and dusted. I think Real Madrid have no chance, but let's wait and see what happens in the second leg. And moving on to the other game, Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich. I didn't obviously watch that as Arsenal versus Real Madrid was on at the same time, but from what I've seen, fantastic win for Inter at the Allianz Arena. Harry Kane missed a big chance early on from Olise's pass, hits the post before Inter Milan scored through a fantastic goal from Lautaro Martinez. You know, Inter are one of the best teams in Europe. There's no question about that. They're not really talked about enough, I feel, or given the credit that they should get. You know, Inzaghi has transformed the Nerazzurri. And you know what? They could be one of those teams that actually go all the way to the final and win it. Obviously, they were in the final in Istanbul a few seasons ago against Manchester City when they lost 1-0 through Rodri's winner. But they've given themselves a huge, not a huge advantage. I was going to say huge advantage. That's Arsenal. But a very good advantage heading into the second leg in Milan. A 2-1 win. Fratesi got the winning goal after Thomas Müller equalised for Bayern Munich. Just a quick word on Thomas Müller. I think he's arguably the most underappreciated player of his generation. You know, one of the most intelligent footballers you're ever likely to see. You know, not the most skillful, but he's absolutely smart. He knows where to be, right place, right time. A World Cup winner, multiple trophies. You know, this will be his last season for Bayern Munich, and he's Mr. Bayern. You know, essentially. So he got the equaliser after coming off the bench to tap home, but Fratesi got the winner for Inter, and Inter Milan have themselves a nice lead going into the second leg, and they're at home. And I trust Inter to get over the line here, because, Bayern obviously can turn it around. Obviously, 1 goal in it, but I think the injuries that have happened over the international break to the likes of Upamecano, I believe, and Alphonso Davies, who's obviously out for a long time through an ACL injury. Hopefully, he gets back soon. I think that's kind of ruined Bayern Munich's chances of winning the Champions League or even going close this season. But listen, Vincent Kompany just needs to win that Bundesliga title, and I'm pretty sure Harry Kane will be hoping for the same, because he can't go another year trophyless, Harry Kane. As long as they win the Bundesliga, I think Bayern Munich will be fairly happy this season, and let's see what they do in the second season under Kompany. But Inter Milan have given themselves a huge lead, and Inter are also in contention to win the treble. They're currently 3 points clear of Napoli. Both teams drew over the weekend. I would expect Inter to win that and retain the title. I don't think the Serie A title has been retained since Juventus won it 9 years in a row. Pure dominance from Juve. But I expect Inter to get over the line in the league and to be in the Champions League semi-finals, where they will surely face Barcelona unless a miracle happens and Dortmund turn it around. Dortmund are a good side, don't get it twisted, but they've had a poor season. But I don't expect them to do anything, against Barcelona. I mean, we wait and see what happens. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Declan Rice is world class? Do you think the tie is over? What did you make of Inter Milan's win against Bayern Munich in the first leg, and yeah, much more. Just let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can reply and what have you. I can't wait to do more videos. Obviously sometimes it's quite tricky, but I'll do my best. And yeah, Liverpool play at the weekend against West Ham. Obviously we need to bounce back after our defeat to Fulham, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of the Champions League. You know, the second legs are literally next week and what have you. So yeah, as I said, let me know in the comments what you think of the Champions League. Who do you think is going to win it? Who's your favourites? You know, for me, I would say Barcelona, but Inter can win it, PSG can win it, and Arsenal have given themselves a great chance, like I said. But yeah, man, just to wrap it up, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Fantastic win for Arsenal. Let's see if Real Madrid can turn it around, but I highly doubt it. See you in the next video.